Hello, I'm Madison Harris, and this is my SPED 298 research project presentation. My topic is teaching emotional recognition and labeling to students with autism. The purpose of this research is to focus on the challenges facing children with autism in recognizing and labeling emotions. While children may be aware of what they are feeling, they do not know what they are feeling. Therefore, they do not know how to convey their emotions to a peer or teacher. Background of the study. As a student in the SPED program and a current educator within a SPED classroom, I have always struggled to determine the best means to teach my students, especially those with ASD, how to convey their emotions effectively and appropriately. From personal experience, I have found that each student is different. While some respond better to a visual chart, others prefer using an electronic device or a PECS chart. The problem is how we, as educators, effectively and consistently provide the means for these students to be able to recognize and label their emotions. Statement of the problem. Children with autism experience deficits in their ability to recognize and label emotions. They are not lacking emotions altogether. They suffer from anxiety and depression, which compromise their quality of life. They are unaware of their body's natural forms of emotional arousal. For example, if a student sees a spider, they may be aware that they feel an uncomfortable emotion, but they may not be able to express that they are afraid or anxious. The challenge, therefore, is to try and figure out what specific tools each child needs to express what they are feeling. Articles I found that support this theory are research study and research results completed by Friedensen-Heo, 2016, Kusiko, 2009, and Kuo, 2016. The purpose of the study is to identify strategies and resources for teaching emotional recognition and labeling to elementary students with autism. This will include visual support, literature recommendations, forms of technology, and types of play that will aid in helping teach children with autism how to express their emotions. Furthermore, tips on organizing a classroom and conducting teaching sessions will be given. These recommendations are specifically for teachers teaching within a special education classroom. The significance of the study have shown that individuals diagnosed with ASD struggle with emotion recognition. They have also shown the potential for improvement with proper intervention. I will compile and provide resources for educators who wish to teach emotional recognition to their students, particularly those with ASD. I will provide commentary on technological resources, forms of curriculum such as worksheets and children's books, manipulatives such as PECS, play-based learning, and implementation of robotic-assisted interventions. Emotional learning and recognition in children with autism. The subjects covered in researching literature including emotional learning and recognition in children with autism, and technological development for teaching students with autism. Articles such as Baron Cohen, 2009, Ryan, 2016, Mori, 2020, Durlak, 2011, and Elliott, 2008. An example from the article by Baron Cohen, 2009, examine a study involving children with autism spectrum disorders, ASD. These children often struggle to recognize emotional facial expressions and know how to exhibit empathy. The authors examine whether emotional empathy and recognizing emotions can be taught, and they remark that this is not only a philosophical problem, but also a practical one. Technological development for teaching students with autism. Discuss the developments in technology regarding teaching children emotional recognition. Such articles include Chen, 2012, Plug, 2013, and LaCava, 2007. Methods and programs for teaching children with autism. Discuss the use of PECS and Android platform to aid children with ASD. Articles such as Charlotte Christie, 2002, Yan, 2018, Stitcher, 2007, Lee, 2018, and Garcia, 2021. Resources for teachers. As educators, supporting one another and networking resource materials and ideas to maximize the possible methods in which children with ASD can be taught to identify, label, and express what those emotions are. Such resources include visual supports, play-based learning, social stories, children's books, teachers pay teachers, video technology, applications, and robot-assisted interventions. Visual supports, assisting students in learning how to recognize the difference in emotions and effectively convey their correct emotion. Tactile play, such as sensory bins with various textures, weighted blanket or lap pad, Play-Doh or finger paint. Charts, such as objects, photographs and drawings and written words, or even first then boards, as well as picture exchange communication system, PECs. There can be picture communication cards, talk about emotions cards, and calming choice cards. Play-based learning. Students will learn more about their emotions, communicate better with others, solve problems, and develop coping mechanisms when play-based learning is implemented, such as Mr. Potato Head, Lego building blocks, expressions, wooden learning tools, and funny face games. Children's books about emotions. Literacy resources are available to students and can vary regarding specific emotions, to recognizing their own emotions by reading children's books, such as The Way I Feel by Jan Kane, My Many-Colored Day by Dr. Seuss, The Feelings Book by Todd Parr, and A Little Spot of Emotion by Diane Alver. Technology-based learning tools. Students with ASD benefit from visual learning and are sometimes more motivated and less threatened than face-to-face modeling when videos are used. Videos such as Feelings in a Flash series by Mile Marks, Feelings in a Flash Sad, Feelings in a Flash Angry, Feelings in a Flash Jealousy, and Feelings in a Flash Happy. Available for download on iPads, iPhones, and computers are applications which are incredibly valuable, allowing students to interact and practice fine motor skills. Reflection and recommendations. As an educator, I have come to realize that I play many roles. While I am expected to facilitate learning within my students, I have also come to recognize that I need to nurture their social and emotional skills as well. Furthermore, I am expected to do this in a way that is most effective for the individual student. The ultimate end game in SEL is to be able to give children the necessary tools for making their way through life. These tools include social skills for interaction, emotional skills for regulation of emotions, and cognitive skills that help children become productive learners. In working with students with disabilities, I have come to realize that these tools vary greatly because each student develops differently. As an educator, I know that I need to learn how to best recognize how to build my students' social and emotional skills. I know that I need to give them tools to both value themselves and others, as well as become problem solvers. From experience, I believe the best way to do this is to assess each student as an individual, not as a part of a larger classroom. A child that is nonverbal may respond better to assistive learning technology, just like a sensory-deprived student may respond better to tactile learning manipulatives.